Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the special presentation, live presentation of high school soccer on Northwest Access TV. The matchup this evening, the BFA Bobwhites against the Colchester Lakers. Two teams who are having very different seasons in this unusual 2020 school year. The Bobwhites have yet to claim their first win and are hoping to grab that first elusive win under the lights here on an evening which you likely just saw was used to recognize the seniors for this Bobwhite program. A lot of great tradition and meaning for these players who have stuck out an entire career for the Bobwhites, and perhaps no athletes in the history, the storied history of BFA, have had a more unusual last two seasons than this senior class. You figure these athletes had their spring sports season canceled, and this unusual fall sports season that has them playing in masks, a shortened season which started late. Nonetheless, there they are wearing the green and gold of BFA, and likewise a very talented and large senior class for the Colchester Lakers. In fact, there are 7 of them. And one of them, the player to watch for this evening's contest from the Lakers, Adolph Afani, who is a senior all-everything player for the Lakers. He has consistently made his way into the Burlington Free Press Vermont Athlete of the Week watch list, and is one who is consistently in the scoring column at the end of Colchester's games. Again, the Bobwhites, they're searching for their first win. It is a different story for the Lakers, who come into this one with a record of 3-2. Some very impressive wins have they, including most recently a 2-1 victory at South Burlington. The Lakers have lost twice. Once was when they got blanked 2-0 at Essex, and then they lost in overtime to CVU. Besides that, a pair of 2-0 victories over Rutland to start their year, and then most recently against Mount Mansfield. Those seniors who are recognized for the Bobwhites: Evan Fisher, Josiah Parker, Alonso Cifuentes, Patrick McDonald, and Will Paulson. And the seniors playing under head coach Luke LaRush out there proudly under the lights. There are restrictions in crowd sizes due to the pandemic, and so there's not as many in attendance as you would normally expect for an under the lights varsity soccer game here in St. Albans, but nonetheless a good showing of well-spaced and masked fans to watch this one between the Bobwhites and the Lakers, which starts now. Colchester in white, trying to get some control to get this one going, but good early pressure for the Bobwhites. Patrick McDonald, number 15, a very, very active player. You'll see him a little bit all over the place in this one. And with the first throw is Ethan Bruley, a junior. Bruley slightly overthrew his target, which was McDonald, but nonetheless the Bobwhites keep it and try to set up. The effort, however, is stalled. Here come the Lakers. They're looking for Afani. That's number 4, Adolph Afani. And his leading pass was behind his intended target, and offsides is the call. Lakers right in front of the Bobwhites bench are going to get this throw. And there's Afani. Charging from the right side, he's going to pull back and look for somebody in the middle. A crossing effort as that shot far over the net. Joey Clem. Normally a player who splits his time between the backfield and the midfield. Clem had a great pass from Afani, but slightly overshot that one. There's McDonald getting past 2 defenders. Slowing up to see his options. And good play as well from Matt Merrill. Free kick for the green and gold. Running up from the backfield to take it will be Ethan Bruley. Bruley seeing some movement from his team, does a big cross, but a little bit too much, in fact, over the heads of each of his 5 teammates who are stacked up there on the far side. Back into the thick of it. Up top, trying to work around. Good effort there from Noah Earl. And here's Afani. Afani slows up to get past the 2 defenders, and a good bit of defense from Liam Horrigan, who deflected that effort. Sage play from Charlie Yates, who was able to keep control to clear that one away. Matt Merrill up the right side. McDonald contests it as it deflects about 6 rows deep. Bruley again. Back to Bruley. Up ahead, seeking out McDonald. Deflected off of Colchester's Jack Talbot. Again, Colchester with 7 seniors. Talbot, one of them, a senior backer. Leading pass up to Alonso Cifuentes. He's got 2 defenders on him. And he tripped up one of them. Dominic Putlitz is the goalkeeper for the Lakers. That's his first time handling the ball this evening. We're nearing 5 minutes into this contest. Look at the speed of Afani. Held back that time by Charlie Yates. And the Bobwhites D again, trying to control it and move it out, but the Lakers bring it back the other way. Bobwhites coach Luke LaRush getting his work out there, crossing the track to track that one down. I think that was Cam Courier Blaney who just headed that one away on the far sideline. And a quick one touch in for Afani, across, and it is absolutely slobbered over in front of the net. Great save from Evan Fisher. He was ready. A couple times already, as we're just over 6 minutes into this one, already a couple of times we've seen Colchester with some real poise as they've pulled the ball back and have no reservations about allowing their defense to pass it around a bit and allow things to develop, as a big crossing effort from Will Paulson goes too far. And our first substitutions of the game. A couple of those seniors who We're getting special senior day starting are going to come off, and quickly as well, Patrick McDonald among them. Great enthusiastic burst did he bring to the early few minutes, and good for him to get a breather now. Noah Earl deflecting that one. Earl, just a sophomore, expects his name to be one that will be oft repeated in several BFA sporting programs for the next couple of seasons. How about that footwork from Logan Lavery? Working his way around to the near sideline, deflects that one off, and right about midfield, Colchester is going to get a throw in. Jack Talbot. A big flick up ahead, knocked out by Charlie Yates. Stick-to-itiveness and a bit of a shove from behind as Will Paulson hit the ground, got back up as the Bobwhites retained possession. You know, one of the interesting things about doing play-by-play is the feedback is not immediate. A tangent, which I'll follow up on in a moment. Colchester is going to get their first corner kick. Instead, they just try a little tap, and here's a cross, deflected out by the head of Charlie Yates. But Colchester keeps it, at least for the time being. Good clear all the way to midfield. Ryan Disevich. Again, the poise and patience of Colchester as they work it back. Henry Bacon, number 6, and now to Dominic Putlitz. Putlitz to his left, finds Jason Robinson. This Lakers squad, they are a good team with lofty expectations for this season, especially with a player the likes of Adolph Afani. Afani is right in the middle. I assure you that at all times, one or two Bobwhite defenders know exactly where he is. Here's Afani. What a deflection. A game-saving deflection. Ethan Bruley covering a lot of ground. Went behind Evan Fisher to keep the slate clean. Already the second corner kick for Colchester. Good cross towards the goal, ahead, and it goes wide left, a near miss. As Fisher's gonna pass it over to Yates for the goal kick. A big moment for the Bobwhites defense. 2 opportunities thwarted as Yates sends this one a little bit shallow of his intention. Talbot to Alfani. Back to Talbot. And towards the middle. kicked out by Liam Horrigan. Robinson passing up ahead to Caden Soltzbaugh. And Soltzbaugh looking for Joey Clem. And Bobwhite defense having other ideas. A good challenge there from Matt Merrill, playing way up. Merrill with a great lead. Here's a run from Logan Lavery. Lavery putting on the wheels. And booted out by Dominic Putlitz. How about that speed from Logan Lavery? Bruley with a nice back flick from Paulson. The tangent that I was going to talk about is that in play-by-play broadcasts, rarely do you get immediate feedback, whereas with public address you can say things in a certain intonation and feel the crowd's reaction. But with play-by-play, people are at home or otherwise not right next to you to give feedback. It's different today, as I had immediate feedback from the County Courier sports editor, Ben Kaufman, who has noted that he can hear me and I sound horrible. His comment made in jest, I'm sure. Here's another corner kick for the Lakers. A back and forth inside. Afani deflected several times, and from the left side, what team defense. Charlie Yates knocked that one down. Caden Soltzbaugh had a second or two to wind up from the left side. And another corner kick now. We've played less than 15 minutes, and here's the fourth one for the Lakers. To the far side. That went off of Will Paulson's head. It went in the direction of the Bobwhites' goal, but nonetheless, the Bobwhites are able to get it and clear it away. For a moment, it looked like Cam Currier-Blaney had a shot at that one. Despite their woes this season, the Bobwhites have some real talent and real speed. Spectacular spacing from the Lakers. A bit too much on that forward pass from Paulson, allowing the Lakers to take it again. Brilliant small touches from Colchester as they tried to set that one up. However, a bit overzealous was Keegan Conrad Pollock, who was whistled for the offsides. A mighty free kick from Ethan Bruley. You can feel the excitement of the crowd every time the Bobwhites get even smelling distance from an opportunity, and Cam Currier-Blaney was the challenging forward that time. A few more substitutions for the Bobwhites. Joey Nicheski, one of them, number 23, who's made his way onto the pitch. For a moment, it looked as though the Bobwhites would have a couple of seconds to themselves to set something up. They had 3 defenders and just 1 Colchester offensive player. No surprise, Adolph Afani, but it did not take long for Colchester to swarm and overtake. Such is the aggressiveness and the ability of this team from just south on I-89. How about that work from Ethan Bruley, flicking it off, and now Joey Nicheski pushing it up. Colchester left with no choice but to boot it 20 yards out of play as Courier Blaney was there with a head of steam. For a moment, we were playing badminton. Commendable effort from Braden Toll out there. Number 22, the left flanker for the Lakers. The one with the bright blue cast on his right forearm. Another sprint. Alfani gets past the defense. Alfani with a shot and a save, pushing it out. Evan Fisher again deflecting that one. Colchester getting their 5th corner effort. Cross punched away by Evan Fisher. Not out of the woods yet. A defensive deflection and a corner kick on the far side now. A deflection straight back to Caden Saltzbaugh, who gets to wind up and try it again. Bouncing around a bit, and Fisher is able to track it down. What a juke from Cam Courier Blaney. And a bad Colchester bounce yields a handball. And a good opportunity as the Bobwhites will set up right about at the 20-yard line or so, or 25-yard line if you're using the football markings as an indication. A low shot made its way under the wall, skipping a few times before it was gloved by Dominic Putlitz. The Lakers forwards, you can see, just sort of chomping at the bit, ready to run as almost another inadvertent handball. There's Noah Earl. Great job to weave his way through, but wasn't able to get it to a teammate. Good work from Liam Horrigan to jump into the passing lane. Aaron Browning, number 19 for the green and gold, just a sophomore. And a great entry cross off the head. The deflection is going to go short and to the left of the target, but how about that great effort? A great entry pass, and Matt Merrill tried to use his head on that one, throwing up both hands to get the crowd behind him as he ran back on defense. And Merrill going to get a well-deserved breather after that run. Will LeGros coming in, number 4. Towering throw finds Connor Leach. Excuse me, that was Cam Courier-Blaney. The Lakers trying to get it inside. Feistiness. The defense going to hold them off a little bit longer. Browning did a good job knocking that one up. Here's Courier-Blaney. Courier-Blaney on the left side. It's got numbers. Had a defender go down. Earl trying to stick with it. Chesky looking back for reinforcements. Launched in by Bruley. From the head, it bounces and misplayed for a moment, but handled by Putlitz. An exciting opportunity for the home team. We played about 25 minutes in this contest, a scoreless matchup between the 3-2 Lakers and the 0-5 Bobwhites. Logan Lavery able to get it through as Browning had it taken away, and a misplay from Colchester, who had the numbers advantage there, but lost track of the sideline. Bruley's throw, doing a good job finding LeGros. Good vision to find Lavery. Charlie Yates not wanting to toy around with that one, just kicked it over the parking lot, I think. The Lakers throw found Keegan Conrad Pollock. Skipping off the near side, Jason Robinson over to Henry Bacon. Bacon right in the middle, and a good header from Liam Horrigan to push it back. For a moment, Leach was down. Not long enough for Colchester to take advantage too much, as again, the BFA back line has been playing inspired soccer this evening. And they'll need to continue as Adolph Afani returns. Throw coming from Curtis Barassa. Henry Bacon. Bacon going back and forth with Bokelberg. And Fisher almost to midfield. Noah Earl charging up with it. The Lakers almost getting an opportunity. No whistle. Getting tripped up was Joey Clem. He was inside the box, so a good call for the home team. A bit of a laugh there between the players and officials. Braden Toll with the cast was over there as if he was going to throw it, and maybe he himself forgot that he had a cast for a moment. Let the teammate handle the throw in. Here's Solzba. Up to Afani. Pulls back and tried to get past the defense, but Horrigan, as he was hitting the brakes, also took the ball with him at the goal line, and another corner kick coming for the Lakers. Should be Solzba on the far side. 11 minutes to play in this first half. Solzba kept that one on the ground. Bouncing around, it almost gets through, and almost on the effort from Robinson, hits one of the uprights. It was deflected on Robinson's effort, so it will be another corner kick for Colchester. Their 8th of this half. As if there were any questions about their aggressiveness around the Bobwhite net. About 40 seconds between these two corner kicks. Here's the latest one, and that one gets past the diving effort of Evan Fisher. Colchester finds the net. Their first goal of the evening. I think Jason Robinson, the senior backer, is credited with that one.
Colchester Lakers goal scored by number 23, Jason Robinson.
So in the 29th minute of the first half, Robinson breaks the stalemate, and the Lakers want more. But a quick denial from Bruley. A little dump over from Evan Bokelberg. Entry from Bacon. Curtis Barassa had 3 defenders in his way. He's not going to chase that ball down, and he shouldn't. It went all the way to the end of the fenced area here at Collins Purley. Another corner kick, just swatted away by Fisher. Few positions in sport require the versatility that a soccer goalkeeper has to possess. And that was on display, that save from Evan Fisher as he jumped up and then did a nice uppercut with the right hand. Here's a chance for the Lakers. Fisher gonna reel it in and go up looking for Browning. Browning has it. Chip up to Alfani. Alfani flicks it, and it is saved off of the left hand of Fisher. Such an effortless try from Afani, which almost made it a 2-0 contest. But the Bobwhites defense continued to come up big. We've got 7.5 minutes to play in this first half, and this is Colchester's 10th corner kick. A jump ball inside and deflected to the exact same spot. Here comes number 11. It's going to be a little bit longer between these two as Caden Solzba has to track this one down a bit. I'm sure the Bobwhites don't mind killing a little more time. In this 1-0 contest. Here's Solzba. Again, lobbing it inside, off the head, pinballs around a bit. Afani lets it go back towards Joey Clem, and Evan Fisher is going to walk it out. Fisher with a high pass looking for Leach, unable to track it down as Bruley's clearing effort square into Connor Leach. And before this throw in from Ryan Disovich, a couple of substitutions for both teams. For Colchester, Curtis Barasa is going to get a breather, that left wing, and Will LeGros returns to have a rest for the home team. Bacon went up to Solzba. BFA hasn't really had much of an offensive charge in the last several minutes, and Courier Blaney's going to try to change that trend. Such is the aggressiveness of this Colchester team that even when one of the Bobwhites forwards or midfielder is able to make a great play to get past a defender or two, there's always a third or fourth seemingly waiting. Here's a charge. And a shot goes very high from Joey Clem. Under 5 in this first half. Bruley's kick. Afani, great control, goes over to Clem. Here comes Bruley again. Browning could not get it past Ryan Disovich as the Lakers again backtrack to reset. We've got about 4 minutes to go, plenty of time to put together a couple of efforts, but likewise for the Bobwhites. Great work there, but unfortunately, Matt Merrill caught his heel and knocking it out. A nice header from Connor Leach. Browning chipping it up ahead toward Merrill. Matt Merrill working his way past one defender, tripped up inside the box, no whistle. Browning tripped up, no whistle. And the Lakers, to the disgruntlement of the home crowd, come back the other way. Afani. Has his effort thwarted by Bruley. As the photographer down on the sideline shows the hazards of the occupation. The Lakers able to get it firmly after that goal kick. Clem pulling back, trying to find a white jersey to pass to. Afani finds open space to the center. And to the far side now, no offside. And a crossing effort to Afani, whose shot goes over the net. Ryan Dusevic had the pass. One minute to play. Yates' kick. A back head from Browning. Clem. Afani. Afani has 4 defenders around him, still gets a shot off. And Evan Fisher with another save. He has had a couple in this first half. Both teams hoping to get one last scoring look before the break. Afani from the left side cuts back towards the middle. A big kick and off the crossbar. Big break as Ethan Gamlin's effort just before the halftime whistle on a pass from Afani hit the crossbar. A near miss for the Lakers and another break for the Bobwhites. The story of the first half, perhaps, as the Bobwhites defense was able to bend, and they broke just once, surrendering a lone Colchester goal in what is now a 1-0 contest. We'll take a timeout, be back for the second half of this Northwest Access broadcast, but first, we want to remind you about some of our sponsors, and among them, Northwestern Orthopedics, JC Image, of course, the Collins Pearly Sports Complex, and Handy Toyota. We are so very thrilled to be able to bring you these broadcasts, including these live broadcasts, and we want to continue to do it, but we need your help. So if you or someone you know owns a business or perhaps runs an organization that would like to donate to this cause, you can reach out to the staff at Northwest Access TV. You can visit northwestaccess.tv, or you can call 802-782-8676. The second half of the Bobwhites and the Lakers coming up just after this. Welcome back to Collins Pearly Sports Complex for the second half of action between the Lakers and the Bobwhites. BFA now going to be moving right to left across your screen, and they are hoping to move right to left across your screen a lot as they seek their first goal of the evening. Colchester, 29 minutes into the first half, were able to notch the lone goal of this contest. It was in the scrum. Jason Robinson was able to head it in. And though there was just one goal, there was a lot of action for the Lakers. 10 corner kicks and as many shots, not all of them on goal, but certainly Bobwhite's goalkeeper, Evan Fisher, put his work in half number one. Let's see if there's a different story in the second half, or if either side will be able to impose their will and make it perhaps less even on the scoreboard than we saw. I know the Bobwhites fans who are sticking out through this chilly fall evening are certainly ready to cheer for a lot more than they were able to in the first half. Worth noting that between our first and second halves, the cheer squad have added coats and warm pants as well. Who can blame them? At game's start, we were at about 50 degrees. Thankfully, there is no breeze whatsoever to speak of, nor any clouds in the sky. It was an absolutely phenomenally beautiful fall day, but kind of a brisk evening now. Afani has several defenders able to get past, and that shot off of the left post. He has created a number of his own opportunities as Adolph Afani, and his teammates are always searching for him. As a quick effort from Ethan Gamlin finds the gloves of Evan Fisher. Vogelberg. Here's Damian DiTilio for the Bobwhites, number 9, and Lakers defender Henry Bacon shucks it aside. Here's DiTilio. A nice flick over. And the crossing effort over to Lavery. Lavery will fire one that is handled by Dominic Putlitz. But a good showing for the Bobwhites offense 3 minutes into the second half. A boot from Putlitz. Misplayed by Yates as it fell under his foot. Bouncing around, the Lakers still have it. Pushed up by Conrad Pollock, Keegan Conrad Pollock. And misplayed by Gamlin. But they have another opportunity. Kick is good. Through the uprights, Joey Clem. There was a moment that it seemed as though Cam Courier-Blaney was going to escape with the ball there. And in that brief moment, I was doing some counting, and there were 6 Lakers between him and his nearest teammate. No surprise that Colchester got it back. And methodically, they work it around before pushing it up the field. The speed of Afani as he tries to find a lane to himself, but a bit overzealous there. There's a motorcycle on the road past the Bobwhite target that is either in trouble or just trying to show off. Saw some flames from it a moment ago. Nonetheless, here come the Bobwhites the other way. And a back-footed effort from Matt Merrill found its way to Dominic Putlitz. Yates looking up, and about as blatant a handball as you might ever see. That one sort of pulled down by Talbot. Here's Bruley, the far side. Bruley launches it towards the goal, and just over the head of Connor Leach. And with this opportunity, Will Paulson will come in, replacing Aaron Browning. The center is Gamlin for Colchester, taken back by the Bobwhites. A lot of speed on the far side and nudged away by Robinson. Chip inside, and from the far side, the near sideline, Joey Nicheski has it taken away, and a bit too ambitious there was Liam Horrigan, pushing down on Adolph Afani and trying to get position there. Afani with a great pass all the way across the field. A bold move from Fisher to come all the way out. And it appears to have paid off as Yates starts to clear it upfield. Off of the deflection, Bruley crossed the track and has gathered up the ball. Well, not to dwell on the motorcycle, but it certainly attracts the ears, and it was attracting the eyes. That motorcycle behind the BFA goal that had some flames coming from behind it. Yet to be determined if that was just a show-off move or if it was in trouble. Nonetheless, part of the feel and the mood when you are here at Collins Purley, and he just drove away. Ernie Harwell used to say that to be a good broadcast, you had to be able to hear the hot dog vendor. No hot dog vendors today, but flaming motorcycles nonetheless. Just missing Noah Earl, but good backup from Nicheski. Afani had a big leading pass and pushed down Bruley, as seen by the backfield judge. Big running start for Bruley, who sort of knuckles it straight into the face of Joey Clem. Afani will slow and let his offense develop. On the left foot, the shot goes wide. That one from Caden Saltzbaugh, and now we have a substitute coming in, replacing Saltzbaugh. Curtis Barassa. We have played 12 minutes in this contest. In the second half, I should say, of this contest. The Lakers haven't had too many looks here, but Afani winds up for that one. And over the crossbar it sails and continues to go. Yates to take this one. Just over the head of Will Paulson. And now back towards Dominic Putlitz, who volleyballs it over to midfield again. And the yo-yoing continues. Another throw from Bruley. Another Colchester deflection. This one stays in bounds, and here comes some momentum for Afani. 3 defenders around him. Cuts back towards center field again. Has no teammate nearby, but charging in and evading the defender was Ryan Disovich. Bobwhite defense did their job. And a pause here as Braden Toll, he with the cast, returns, replacing Jack Talbot. Further delay, however, as the ball that had gone out here found its way under the bleachers. DeTilio with the head there. Lakers keep it. That is until Paulson got in. And a good lead over to Courier Blaney. Courier Blaney tries to wait for some teammates. The Lakers, to a man, came back to help out on defense, not allowing the Bobwhites get anything. Good back and forth as DeTilio works up to Merrill. DeTilio challenging 2 Lakers players, and the Bobwhites are able to get it. A physical back and forth between Noah Earl and Colchester's Keegan Conrad Pollock. A spin effort from Matt Merrill. Bobwhites keep it, but have not been able to get past about the 20-yard line or so on the football field. Using those landmarks as our distance guide. I guess that is exactly what they're there for. Afani with a lead, and Fisher thought about it. Instead, Ethan Bruley picked one up near the Maples by Route 104. The Lakers inside. Afani weaving his way around, and Bruley doing a great job to clear it out, and it stays in. And how about this momentum from Matt Merrill? Merrill on the left side. A good pass up ahead as well, and a shot, save, and the Bobwhites will get a corner kick. Joey Nacheski from Matt Merrill. And the spark plug who brought excitement to the first couple minutes of this contest, Patrick McDonald, has returned to the game as well. Matt Merrill set to take this corner kick. Merrill to the far side, and it goes off of a Bobwhite head, and then Merrill wound up a little bit too much. A bit too much mustard. A thrilling moment there, and it is worth reminding, though Colchester has shown some great poise and control, that they are ahead by just one. And the Bobwhites almost equalizing it there. The best lick they've had so far, certainly, off the foot of Joey Nacheski. The Lakers, 5 players across midfield. Make that 7 now. Well stacked to create something in this possession. The spacing fell apart that time, and Bobwhite's doing a great job to get it back. Charlie Yates, who is only a junior, a name who, like Noah Earl, has been and will continue to be repeated extensively throughout Bobwhite athletics. As Jack Talbot returns to the contest for Colchester, Ryan Dusevich to the bench. Earl pushes it back across midfield, and the Lakers return the favor. "20 minutes played in the second half between BFA and Colchester. A good give and go for Colchester to try to get a look inside. Gaps in the defense, but Liam Horrigan able to do the job. Merrill just crossed that near sideline. Good stop from DiTilio. DiTilio weighing his options. Looking up ahead where it's taken by Henry Bacon. And the back and forth continues as Earl assertively saw that Colchester was going towards an open spot, and he filled that spot. Got it back briefly for the Bobwhites. No whistle as Colchester comes up with it. A little too crowded in the near side. They went far over towards Caden Soltzbaugh. And as a backstop for this offensive effort, Bokelberg, challenged by Paulson, draws a foul, and it will be a free kick right about at 25-yard line. The kick for Colchester, punched. It's still bouncing around there. Fisher was able to thwart it for a moment, and here come the Bobwhites the other way. It seemed as though Colchester was going to keep it in their possession. Here's a one-on-one, tripped up. Merrill is able to get back up as that effort from the far side goes high. What a thrilling exchange that was. On one end, Evan Fisher, the double-fisted save. On the other end, Merrill is able to bring it right back around and force the issue for the home team. Here's Dominic Putlitz. Foul called on the Lakers, and the home team welcomes the news. The fans, perhaps even more so. Damian DiTilio sends this one in. It goes past the herd and all the way to Dominic Putlitz, who falls on it. Been enough glimmers of daylight for the Bobwhites that you're getting the idea that they start to see how they can create these opportunities for themselves. They were somewhat few and far between at the beginning of this half, but they have been somewhat more frequent for the last few minutes. It is getting physical all around. Yates hit the deck, but was whistled for the foul against Keegan Conrad Pollock. Colchester in the goal line, bouncing it around, and Alonso Cifuentes was able to poke it up. Colchester stifling BFA's urge to charge, though it will be a Bobwhite throw, and substitutions for both teams now. Browning coming in for BFA. For Colchester, Ethan Gamlin and Adolph Afani return to the pitch. Saltzbaugh as well. McDonald tripped up. I mentioned that in those first 5 minutes or so of the first half, he was a real spark. And you can feel it with Patrick McDonald back in there now. Under 13 minutes to play. DiTilio sends it again. Going to stay a bit higher perhaps than he thought. And the Colchester defense heading it away, pushed further up. I think that was Bacon. Afani standing there ready to throw, but the whistle was that it's BFA throw. So Afani drops it. Dejected walks back. Earl doing a good job heading it over towards LeGros. Earl trying to stick with it. Overpowered and outnumbered as Afani comes the other way. Two defenders on his heels, trying to get a shot off. He slams on the brakes, and a great job from Bruley to kick it away. Bruley again, and keeping it away from the sideline as well. So the Colchester's not going to retain possession with a throw. 11.5 on the clock as that one is sent up. I think Afani knew that he might have been offsides. He follows up for the rebound, and it was just grabbed by Fisher before Afani was able to get a touch on it. Fisher lobs it up towards midfield. Earl had it for a moment, back and forth between him and Joey Clem. Sliding and handling that one, Evan Fisher. Caden Saltzbaugh as another leading over to Afani. He winds up and he misses right. You can feel the desperation almost for Afani, who is clearly an exceptionally talented player and is just itching to find the back of the net. Yates has it sent back. DiTilio. Nice job by Nicheski to keep it in play. Merrill pokes it up ahead. Merrill on the left side. A collision, no whistle. Merrill doing a good job to try to make sure that Henry Bacon, whom he collided with, was okay. Merrill was able to push it up towards Dominic Putlitz, and on the other end, Afani whistled for offsides. Nine minutes and some change. This contest remains 1-0. The intensity, the physicality starting to pick up, the sense of urgency from those in attendance starting to pick up. But it's still just a 1-goal game. A leading pass over towards Zacheski. He challenges, but Putlitz will grab it and throw to the near sideline over the head of Talbot and then out of bounds. Another Bobwhite throw. DeTilio looking for Zacheski. A swarm of Lakers defenders as Afani goes away from the crowd and for a moment found Conrad Pollock. You love the aggressiveness from Logan Lavery, but perhaps a bit too much so. The transitions from this Bobwhites team have been the strongest part of their offense thus far in this contest. And here's perhaps a chance for one as well. Zacheski, they've got numbers, goes to the far side. A shot and a save. Here's the rebound, pushed back in a team deflection. The Colchester defense comes up big. A goal potential was saved. It was Courier Blaney on the right side, whose shot was handled by Putlitz, but then the subsequent rebound were handled by the defense. But the point stands that the transition is the strongest part of the Bobwhite offense this evening. We've had several great looks that have come from getting out of that defensive set, and I think they are aided by the fact that Colchester, when they finally set up on offense, they have brought everybody over. The appeal of the home crowd is that there was a unnecessary shot attempt after the whistle. It should warrant a card. From this vantage point, seemed not to be egregious, but you can understand the frustration with your home team down by a goal. Great charge by Browning, unable to hold on to it. And there's another good poke to Tilio. Over to Merrill. Merrill working his way to the far side. Here's Courier Blaney. With the left foot deflected by Braden Toll. And it will be a Bobwhite corner kick. Browning took a shot and is stumbling a bit. He's going over towards the corner. He is still stumbling. DeTilio being waved back towards the middle. They want everybody in there. The entry pass stayed low, and following up, it was pushed towards Putlitz, who falls on top of it, trapping another Bobwhite scoring effort before it was able to yield results. Off the bounce, the Bobwhites struggled with that one. How about the hustle from Coach Luke LaRush over there, running to track that one down. Here's a throw. Quick dump off. It's a struggle now for either team to retain possession. But before Colchester is able to make anything from that young turn with the ball, a whistle, and it is Bobwhite ball. Speaking of everybody up, the clock ticks. We're nearing 3 minutes to play. DeTilio is at Colchester's 35-yard line and the farthest back man aside from Evan Fisher. Entry pass, headed in and wide left. It was a good ball from Ethan Bruley. And the height of the Bobwhites allowed them to get ahead on it, but not towards the goal. As they miss wide left. We're at 2.5 minutes to play now, and Dominic Putlitz, the junior keeper for the Lakers, lines up. He goes towards the middle. Back and forth. Pushed up by Clem, looking for Afani. No offsides this time. Afani winds up and he finds it finally. Adolph Afani has been aggressively trying to make something this entire evening. And he finally gets his first goal in the 78th minute. The molehill now looks more mountainous. Logan Lavery.
Stay up, Matt. Stay up. Don't let him go back.
Ethan Gamlin is number 20 for Colchester, who just flipped it back. Bokelberg, the one who's challenging Courier Blaney. And Lavery, forcing the issue, gets another corner kick as we've got just under a minute to play now.
Last minute to play.
Have it go. Have it go, boy. Have it go, get a goal.
No lift on the kick. And the Lakers come out with it. Afani showing the speed, tripped up. Will be a free kick for the visitors with about 20 seconds to play. Letting the clock tick down a bit. We're at 10 seconds now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Bouncing up, that one hit the hands of
2.
Charlie Yates, no bother setting it up. The clock has run down. And unfortunately for the Bobwhites on Senior Appreciation Night, they will go home with another loss. For Colchester, a big road win as they move to 4-2, blanking the Bobwhites by a score of 2-0. The goal scorers for the Lakers, Jason Robinson in the 29th minute and Adolph Afani in the 78th minute for him. Our thanks to Katie Foster, our camera operator this evening. I have been, continue to be, and always hope to be Wesley Kempton. Until next time, so long.